the reason why this scene in particular stands out to me is because it legitimately epitomizes a time that both of you gentlemen were involved in your first venture into chewing tobacco. So
whatever, Kyle. We beat the rich kids baseball team that day. Leave us alone.
So, going over to the story that I'm going to tell here. We are on our way back from a barbecue, and one of our teammates, Matt Edgeworth, love the guy. Him and I decide to go and get a couple of tins of chewing tobacco for the ride back. Everyone in the vehicle decides that they want to partake in chewing tobacco, so we forewarn them and say, whatever you do, only take a little bit, and then do not swallow any of the juice.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I'm saying it, I'm pretty sure Jethro looked at me and said, what? As he swallowed the entire thing of chew in his mouth. Not learning from Jethro's mistake, Kevin has been swallowing all of the juice from the chewing tobacco the entire ride back into the city.
Was it not my car that was being driven and I was in the passenger seat too?
It was.
I honestly remember thinking, well, I don't have a cup to spit in, and I don't want to spit out my window and have it go down the side of my car because it's my car. If it had been one of you other schmoes' cars, I would have been happy to spit all down the side of it. But no.
So needless to say, we arrive at our destination to go and get changed and to get a couple of more drinks into us. And needless to say, the feeling hit Mr. Jethro and Mr. Kevin deep inside their stomachs, and they both proceeded to evacuate their entirety of their innards all over the sidewalk. And one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life, because Kevin started laughing at Jethro when he was vomiting, and midway through his sentence ended up vomiting twice as hard.
Shout out to our friend Barry Stewart, who would puke at the sight of puke, but never lose step in his stride.
Yeah.
Yo, was that the same day? Was that the same day I puked in front of Edgeworth's place too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
man,
there
you
first.
You were puking for like 6 hours after that.
Yeah, that was a good night. But you know what? Something I learned. I know you're gonna go on with the story, but one thing I learned playing football with you guys, goddamn white boys are crazy, yo. Like, I don't know how many times
we are.
I don't know how many nights I remember in pieces partying with you guys. But I made the mistake of trying to keep up drinking with a dude from Sudbury and one who has DNA from a dude from Verdun. It was just a bad idea.
Well, if you've ever seen our fathers drink, you know that that's not a good idea to try and keep up with our DNA.
No.
I want to point out one of the sad drawbacks of that evening after I had laughed at Jethro and then Karma served me up a nice piece of tobacco pie. I want to point out that the very next day I had to drive for, I don't know, I guess 5-6 hours to upstate New York with my parents in one vehicle. The entire time my face was green. And probably if anyone knows my father, Gord Kelly, they know he would never miss on that opportunity to absolutely tease me the entire time. Because I'd say every 10, 20 minutes, my dad would ask me, hey, you want me to stop for some chewing tobacco? For some school, son? How about a little green apple surprise? The entire way. And I was pretty green in the gills. And I definitely never touched the stuff again.
One of the funniest things I've ever seen. Because again, I couldn't get the warning out before both of you had already done the thing I was telling you not to do.
You could hear us audibly gulp as you said, make sure you don't swallow that. Sorry, what was that?
Oh,
we'll be fine.
Excuse me, what? Excuse me, what?
Yeah.
So why would you put it in your mouth if you're not supposed to chew it and swallow it? When I chew gum, I naturally drink my own saliva that it produces. It tastes good.
So,
it's like green apple.
You know what the difference is? So obviously this scene brought back a lot of memories and hilarious memories at that. These are kids. Okay. These are children who doing chewing tobacco is obviously horrible, but for kids to do it is one thing. You guys were grown men
Yeah, I
And
know.
you don't have enough
We were,
common to not swallow.
we were
the
grown.
fucking
We were
tobacco.
grown men. Oddly enough, we were not grown men that day.
Anyway,
Listen,
so that's
Listen,
I
to,
gotta.
to quote,
I
to
gotta.
quote the great Britney Spears, in that situation, I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. Okay.
Oh,
No, we didn't
God.
know better. We didn't know better.
To quote the great Britney Spears, I'm gonna say, "Don't you know that you're toxic?" Because that was